In August of 1776, the first actual battle of the American Revolution was the Battle of Long Island, New York. Due to having superiority in numbers and vessels in the sea, the British held off Washington and his troops, eventually causing them to flee. The next couple months, they continued chasing Washington and pushing him further. The Battle of Harlem Heights saw the Americans stall the British a bit. Washington was pushed further into fleeing at the fight on Chatterton Hill. Instead of pressing further, the Brits headed back to Manhattan, taking Fort Washington shortly after. Losing Fort Washington was the biggest blow, as over 3,000 troops were imprisoned and the loss of valuable cannons and supplies. Shortly after, General Cornwallis's troops took Fort Lee as well, pushing the rest of the Americans into New Jersey. In November, Cornwallis's troops pushed in New Jersey as well, causing Washington to flee to Pennsylvania on the west bank of the Delaware River. While Washington got away, his troops were badly beaten. Feeling the waters and area were too cold, the British felt they would wait until the Delaware froze over before pursuing. The Americans were in panic mode as the members of the Continental Congress fled Pennsylvania for Baltimore. Beaten and morale withering, in December, Washington came across another publication by Paine titled The American Crisis. He had it read to his troops, inspiring many to re-enlist for another year of service, shoring up collapsing forces. Finding out that a large portion of British troops returned to Manhattan, Washington devised a plan to take back New Jersey. Washington and his men sailed across the icy Delaware River on the early evening hours of December 25, 1776. They showed up early the next morning, battling through the dark and snow to catch them off guard in the Battle of Trenton. The Americans captured almost 1,000 troops, killing 20 without suffering any losses of their own. The biggest wound on the American side was the 18-year-old Lieutenant James Monroe, who suffered a near-fatal shoulder wound. Monroe was promoted to captain for his heroics in helping seize Trenton. Washington gathered his men, prisoners, and captured supplies and crossed back across the Delaware. After regrouping, Washington and his men crossed the Delaware again to seize control of Trenton, New Jersey. Cornwallis was in Princeton at the time, and upon hearing this sent troops for a second Battle of Trenton, which was won by the Americans. Washington, expecting Cornwallis to send more troops next time, went there for the Battle of Princeton instead. The battles of Trenton and Princeton are noted as the first successful campaigns for the Americans, which raised the morale of everyone.